Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's the Weekly Pint. This is the show that's not a show. It's a weekly happy hour. We hang out, we have a beer or two together. So chime in on the chat, tell me what it is that you're drinking. I'll tell you what I'm drinking in just a second, but if you're new to it, I need you to know that that's the point. And since it's a happy hour, the whole point is to talk to each other. It's to jump on wherever you're watching to the chat and to talk that way. You can also jump in and make a phone call, though. You can call in to the drunk line, 567-70-DRINK. That's 567-703-7465. You can call right into the studio, and we'll patch you in, and we'll talk to you that way. It's fun. You guys know the whole point of this, right? You can also, like I said, just type wherever it is that you are and take part in the chat that way. We'll go and pull that up right there. How are you guys doing? Oh, it has been a busy couple weeks. As I'm sure you noticed this morning, this is the second or third week in a row with no Cincy Brewcast. Hopefully, and don't quote me on this because, as you I'm sure realize, things can change at the drop of a hat. But hopefully, I will have not only an episode next Monday for you as like normal. I'm hoping to have a special episode kind of in the meantime also. So I'm hoping to have an episode kind of during this week or towards the end of the week, and then also one on Monday to get us kind of back onto some kind of normal schedule. And normal is very relative. We'll see. This is the week that we kick off Higher Gravity's beer vent season. I don't have my calendar yet. When I do, you'll see it sitting right there, right back there. And we will, I'm sure, be talking about those. I am hoping, what my plan right now is, it's that every day I will record, I shouldn't say this, but every day I'm going to try to record a video of me, almost like a Prost episode, drinking that day's beer, and then I'll put it up the next morning. Hopefully, that's a whole lot of videos to try to make, but that's what I would like to do. We'll see if I am able to do it. That's number one. Hoping that I can find the time to make the videos, but more importantly, hopefully, to find the time to actually drink each beer every single day, which sometimes is easy, sometimes it's hard. In previous years, I've had a bunch of time off around the holidays, off from work, where I can just kind of hang out. And this year, that is not the case. I'm working through. Not through Christmas. I have Christmas off, but every other day I am working. So it's gonna be a busy month. It's good though. It's good being busy. We're getting towards the end of me being at the day job. So 16 years with this company, trying to kind of wrap it all up in a normal and productive fashion. I don't know, and then trying to kick off this new company in the right way possible. So it's gonna be busy. That's the moral of the story. Let's drink a beer. I'm actually already drinking a beer. If you see sawdust all over me, I was out in the garage trying to get things cleared up out there. It had gotten really crazy out in the garage, and to the point where there was stuff like piled up around the door into the garage, and you couldn't even get out there anymore. And this is that time of year where there's lots of little things that need fixed. And I couldn't get out there to the workbench to get anything fixed, so I needed to get it cleaned up a little bit. So I was out there cleaning the garage a little bit, and then sat down and cracked open a beer and smoked a cigar and hung out there. So I'm covered in sawdust. I have like a layer of dust and garbage all over me right now. But you can get to the workbench, so it's going to come in handy. We put our I cracked into a big one. Dark Charge, prepping for next weekend. This is the double mole from last year. It is 13%. So yeah, it's big beer. It's a bourbon barrel-aged imperial stout with twice the amount of ancho chilies, twice the amount of vanilla beans, twice the amount of cinnamon, and twice the amount of cocoa. Do you guys really need me to read the description? From the earliest folks living around Covington, Kentucky, the Ohio River connected families and communities in the region to coal. The rich, dark diamonds that lit the lights, warmed the homes, and fired the power that built this city. We brew that spirit into this strong, dark, bourbon barrel-aged imperial stout, and we add subtle heat on the palate with a boost of ancho chilies, loaded with double the cinnamon, vanilla, cocoa, and chilies, leveling up a classic Dark Charge variant. This year, 2021, is the absolute first time that a mole stout has not been released as part of the Dark Charge release. Trivia. I believe. No, first year. There wasn't one first year. Second time, I guess. It's good. This one's really good. I don't like spicy beers, and this is not like a spicy beer. Ancho chilies are more like a what did I say? Next weekend? That's this coming weekend, the next weekend that we are approaching. Sorry, my brain is. You guys knew what I meant. Yeah, we'll see. Either I will be doing beer vent as one big thing, or I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do, guys. I'm going to do something fun. I will be making videos of all of the beer vent beers. That's for sure. So cheers. I'm also going to crack into something a little bit lighter too. Let's see. What is everybody drinking? I saw it pop up, and now it's off the screen. Let's see. Julia is drinking West Side's Cold Brew Imperial Stout. Oh, man, I wish I had that one. That was one of the ones I've missed out on. I'm hoping they still have some left over, though I don't know when I'm going to get there next. Brett is drinking The Ticket, a 9 Mile Blonde Ale. Okay. The Ticket. 9 Mile Blonde Ale. Is 9 Mile the brewery? Is The Ticket the name of the beer? I'm not sure. Marco is still at work. Poor Marco. Lee is drinking Kenosha Kickers. That one is a fantastic one. All right. I am going to, in a minute, dive into some legendary lager from Mad Tree. I've had this one chilling in the fridge, and I'm looking forward to diving into it again. It's a classic and crisp lager. I think it's like a Helles lager, in my opinion. This is the one with the new story on the back, so we'll talk about that in a minute. I do have some labels today, not a ton. We could jump into those off the top if you guys want to before we talk about Dark Charge and Black Friday releases and all the stuff that's going on currently. We'll go ahead and we'll do that. We'll jump right into the labels if you guys want to do that. So we talked a little bit about sorry, I forgot to hit a bunch of buttons here. The beach juice, another one came through. Vodka lemonade iced tea. This is some kind of weird seltzery stuff. Vodka with cold-pressed lemons, natural flavor, and sparkling water. It sounds delicious to me. It's a Taft's product, but not a Taft's brand. This is a contract thing that they're doing. Again, if I can get my hands on this, I really want it, though. I don't imagine it goes great with winter time, but I'll still drink it. Next up, this one does not have all the full artwork. This happens every once in a while. If the artwork itself is not finished, they get approval for the wording part of it. It's really strange, but I've seen it happen a couple times. So you have this big blank white space, and then just the wording for double pie bird. I assume we'll see one for regular pie bird. I just haven't seen it come through yet. It's the boysenberry Midwest fruit tart from Urban Artifact. My favorite Midwest fruit tart is the polygraph, the one with cherries. and I was sitting on a double double polygraph that I tried to open up, and it just did not taste great. I don't remember when that was canned, but it did not age well in just that short period of time. It's starting to taste real kind of medicinal to me. It could have been something with my palate, but was not enjoyable, which was very sad. Here's where we get exciting, or I guess exciting is relative. Truly, this is a flavored vodka. This is not produced by Sam Adams here in Cincinnati. This is created by the Truly Distilling Company, quote unquote, which is a contract from some big distillery down in Kentucky. I don't specifically know which one. I didn't pay that close of attention because that wasn't the important part to me. Just knowing that it exists or is going to exist or could exist is more exciting. However, it is also really low proof for what I want out of a vodka. It's 30% ABV, 60 proof. So it's like this weird in between vodka and seltzer, which is probably very smart on their part, but strawberry lemonade flavored vodka, and then they have a wild berry flavored vodka, and also a pineapple mango flavored vodka. And I anticipate there might even be more of these that we'll see before too long. So truly jumping into the booze game, which is interesting. Interesting is the way that I would word it. That's all the label approvals we got today. So really, I thought there was going to be a whole bunch of them since I didn't do label approvals for the last couple weeks, but I guess because of the Thanksgiving holiday and everything, there just really hasn't been that many rolling through. So nothing too crazy, nothing too exciting. So sorry about that. Not my fault though. Yeah, so you guys want to talk about Dark Charge? There is some really tasty stuff coming this year. Let me pull up the full list for you here. I should have been a little more prepared. Let's see. All right. So, they've got them listed backwards here. We'll go this way. Start off, you have the base barrel aged Dark Charge. This is a cuvee sort of different years of Dark Charge. It's a blend, I guess, is the way you're supposed to word it. They take barrels from different ages and kind of blend them together and create this mix of what they want Dark Charge to taste like. They did that last year also, and I think it absolutely makes the best Dark Charge as far as a base that we've had so far. So I have tried this one, and it's delicious. Did we talk about any of these yet? If we've already talked about Dark Charge today enough, feel free to stop me, guys. The Builder's variant, they did a barrel-aged chocolate hazelnut coffee. I love coffee and stouts. I think it's kind of meant to go together in my book. So this one I'm looking forward to. Have not tried it. And then the Labs variant, coconut cream puff. So this is more pastry stout than stout with adjuncts. I don't know if that's an actual definition, but that's the way I look at it. There are some stouts that are stout first and then variant afterwards, and there's some stouts to me that are all variant, and then the stout is just kind of an afterthought. This one I'm really, really curious to try. Double barrel aged orange curacao. So they took the base Dark Charge and then threw that into orange curacao barrels. And from what I hear, again, I have not tried this one, the orange curacao barrels lend a ton of orange flavor, again, from what I'm hearing, that will make you kind of question if they actually added orange flavor to it. They say they did not, though. Similar to the peach brandy barrel one from last year. So much peach came through, but there was no peach added to it is just from that barrel. So I'm excited to try that one. Then we have maybe the most hyped one, and I don't know if that's fair or not, but it is the Dark Charge Graders collaboration. So this is brown butter bourbon pecan Graders Dark Charge. Have tried this one, and it is absolutely phenomenal. This was, I think, my favorite that I tried so far this year. They nailed that flavor. It is definitely adjunct heavy, but it's really, really good. Comes in a little Grader's box and stuff. It's nice. It's also the most expensive one out of all of them. And I don't know which of these are sold out or not, or if any of them are sold out yet. But you can still get online and pre-order. Then we have the Distillers Select box. You know, they always do a box set every year, the breakfast box and that kind of stuff. This is their box set this year. They teamed up with 3 different distilleries and tried to create Dark Charge variants that not necessarily replicated the spirit that was in that barrel, but tried to enhance that spirit that was in that barrel or the flavors that it lended to Dark Charge. We have the Castle and Key Restoration Rye Imperial Stout. That says it's got so to enhance the rye spice, they re-fermented it on figs, plums, and blackberries, then aged it on cocoa nibs. Sounds absolutely fantastic to me. There are lots of kind of that those dark stone fruits that Dark Charge can lend, especially when it's fresh. I think it gets more roasty as it ages. So that, to me, those flavors sound perfect with Dark Charge. There is the New Riff Bottled in Bond Imperial Stout. This, Evan said, was his absolute favorite this year. They took a Dark Charge that had spent a year in New Riff Bottled in Bond barrels and then saw it spend 8 months in freshly dumped barrels from their 100% malted rye. Came out to be 16% ABV. It says, unbelievably smooth with very little heat, purely focuses on the spice from the rye whiskey and the oak it was once aged in. This beer is a true testament to what a partnership between beer and whiskey can truly be. And then we have the Barrel Craft Rum Cask Imperial Stout. So they took, again, Dark Charge spent about a year in bourbon barrels, then moved over to this Barrel Craft rum casks. It's got notes of rum, smooth vanilla, caramel, and oak. They then added in rum spices, so like a spiced rum. They don't tell what those rum spices are, but I assume some orange peel and things like that. I did try this one, and it was delicious. It was more spice heavy than I thought it was going to be, but in a very good way. It was delicious. It definitely was right up there with the Graders one to me, but the Graders definitely was a little bit better in my opinion, but really good. The one I think I'm the most excited about, Orange Curacao, I think is my number one, followed up probably by the other two. This one is great, but I already tried it. The other two Distillers box beers, I think, are going to be fun to see what they did to kind of complement those spirits. I'm hoping they have the spirits available at Dark Charge Day for you to try alongside the Dark Charge. I think I heard that they were doing that, but I'm not 100% sure. I'd have to dig into my notes, and that is way too much effort. So that's Dark Charge Day this year. December 4th, which is just days away, which seems crazy to think that December is so close, but it is. So hopefully I'll see you guys there. I will be there most of the day. I don't know what time I'm going to get there, and I don't know what time I'm going to go home, but I will definitely be there for a good chunk of the day. So if you see me, say hi. Let's crack into this legendary lager. This is, like I said, the second story from the cans. They are doing like a series of different stories that kind of tell you about legendary women. They're not just women. This one's a woman. It's a whole different series. They're doing the legendary, or the I can't remember what they call it, influential women series. That's something else. They do stories of people from Cincinnati. So Ezra Charles was the first one. This is Emma Gatewood. Nickname, I guess, was Grandma. I don't know. And I know nothing about her, so this is the first time I'm reading this. It says, the men told her to go home, that the Appalachian Trail was no place for a woman her age. So Grandma Gatewood walked from Georgia to Maine 3 times at age 67, 69, and 73 just to prove them all wrong. That's all it tells me. So I guess she was, in theory, one of the first women to hike the Appalachian Trail, or the first one, I guess, to do it at her age. Yeah, I'll have to read more about that and tell you guys more about it. 4.2%, like I said, classic and crisp. It is very pale colored and bubbly. I do like that beer a lot. I know a lot of people were upset to see Lift kind of get bumped and then this take over, and I respect that, but this is a really good beer. I think I might like it more I like it more than I like to Lift. Matt says, back to recording. Have a great night, y'all. Prost. We'll see you later, Matt. Yeah, so if you guys haven't had Legendary Lager, get a hold of some of that. It should be everywhere that you get Mad Tree beer. You guys want to talk about Black Friday? I'm curious to hear what some of you guys picked up as far as local releases. I didn't make it to any local releases because, hence the no brewcast and the no prost and nothing happening this week from my end. Things have been busy around the house. We decorated for Christmas this last weekend, and so it's not the first Christmas with the youngest baby gnome, but this is the first Christmas where he has been like really kind of up and about and mobile and getting into stuff. And I forgot what that was like. I guess last year he would have been about 6 months old, so he was probably just kind of rolling around a little bit. I don't know that he was really moving around at all. And this year, as soon as that tree went up, man, he was all over it. And as soon as we started putting ornaments on, he would just go over and pull them off and chuck them across the room. I guess in his little terror-driven mind, if there's a ball hanging on the tree, the point of that is to pull it off and throw it, which I guess kind of makes sense. So I don't blame him. But yeah, we've had a lot of tossed ornaments. I think there were 3 broken within the first hour of the tree being up. Julia says the littlest gnome is like a cat with a Christmas tree. Sort of. Cats don't like pull them off and chuck them across the room. They just kind of knock them down. So you can prepare for that. You can put like a big fluffy tree skirt or something around the tree, and they're not going to break the ornaments, and they'll just fall on the soft landing pad. No, he will not only go up and just pull them off. He'll cruise around the house, find a stool, scoot the stool closer to the tree so that he can get 2 higher ones to pull those off also to chuck them across the room. He will find a way to do whatever he wants. He will try to climb on anything that he can get close to the tree to get to anything. It's crazy, but it just means that Christmas is going to be a ton of fun with him because he's all about it, and he didn't seem shocked that we put a tree in the middle of our living room. That seemed like it was okay and normal, which to me, I would think the first time it's not the first time he's seen it, but it is the first time he remembers seeing a Christmas tree. Somebody puts a tree in the middle of their house, I would think that would be strange, and he just didn't seem to even notice. He was like, "Oh yeah, we have a tree in our house now." He was definitely more interested in the ornaments. Julia said that the only thing I did for Black Friday was go to West Side in the evening for the Imperial Stout releases. I got one of the family tradition bottles. Last year, I jumped on early and got them all ordered, and I got the full set and everything. I was not able to do that this year, which was really disappointing. My life that day was a little chaotic. So Thanksgiving Day, we do Thanksgiving with my wife's family. We go out of town. Is not really fair. It's like not that far away. It's like a half hour away. So we're still in town, but and then the day after Thanksgiving, we did our Thanksgiving at our house. So I was up super early, smoking the turkey and getting the house clean and getting everything ready for people to come over. And then that night we were obviously hosting, doing dinner, which was great, but I just was not able to find time to sit down and pre-order bottles, which, again, disappointing, but you can't get them all. I will say that all of the Sonder beers are still, as of right now, on tap at Sonder, and I may be making a stop at Sonder this week to record one of those 2 brewcasts that I was talking about earlier. So I should, in theory, get to try all of them because I think they're all still on. The Listerman Ray Rays, I assume those are still on. If not all of them, most of them are probably still on tap at Listerman. I might try to swing by there at some point if I can figure out a time to do that, to try those. I enjoy getting out and trying these kind of special release beers. But there is still something about the collector in me that it's fun to try to get all the bottles. I don't save all the bottles that I get. I save all the cans. If anything is a canned release, and I manage to get a hold of it, it does stay here in my house somewhere. I have cans all over the place. That should probably be what you see in the studio. This whole wall should probably be beer cans, but they're a little reflective. They're not good for sound, but it would look really cool. And I have more than enough cans to do that. You may see that sometime. So I don't know when that point is that I'm going to get an office with the new job. It was on like a couple years from now plan, but there's some stuff that popped up that may kind of expedite that. And if I get an office, I'm going to put another kind of podcasting studio / live streaming studio in that office too. So that studio will obviously have a different look than this one, including probably a wall of beer cans. I think will be part of that that office. We'll see. It's hard for me to think about that right now. I probably should be planning more than I am, but it's so there's so many things going on. There's so many irons in the fire, as they say. it's really hard to kind of to keep it all straight and to figure out what's important and what's not, and where to put time and attention and money. But regardless of how it all works out, eventually I will definitely have another studio, and if I can, if it's a big enough room where I can figure out the sound, we'll have some cans. I don't know where I was going with that, but I think I still get excited about going and like snagging bottles and getting them in my hands. I love like a kind of a premium packaged product where people spend time on labels that are different from their normal labels, waxed bottles. I love all that. Even just the paper people use for labels, that kind of stuff. Kind of stuff really floats my boat. What other releases were going? Brink did a bottle release. Didn't get that one. I really didn't get anything, which is sad. But I'm trying to be more cognizant of when I'm spending time with my family to really spend time with my family, because my kids are growing up fast, and that's a huge part of why I'm making career changes, so that I'm able to spend more time at home when it's important. And I can hear stomping upstairs. I can't tell if they're playing or if they're fighting. Marco says I got some high grain barrel-aged beer in a 4-pack to go. That may be the other show this week. So if I'm there and they still have some of that, I'll probably snag some of that too. I say may because it's not like for sure. There are some places that, in theory, will have shows booked, and not necessarily. I'm not necessarily always comfortable about saying, "Oh yeah, we'll definitely have a show there that week," because it shifts and changes, and if that makes any sense. Trying to hear what my kids or my kid is yelling about upstairs. Josh says he is drinking a Westside Double IPA. Still, I think, my favorite double IPA in town. Julia says, or if they're trying to take down the tree, the children stomping around upstairs. No, it's the older one. The younger one is definitely asleep. He was asleep way early tonight. He was exhausted. So I doubt the 5-year-old is trying to destroy the tree. Like, it's possible. It's more likely that my wife told her it was time to go to bed, and so now they're fighting about if bedtime is a realistic option. I think they're done. I can't tell. It doesn't seem angry, so maybe they're playing. Maybe they're playing some kind of, I don't know, game. Sometimes she acts like she's a dog, and you have to be the dog catcher and throw a net over her. And yeah, that's laughter. They're good. It's not a fight. It's just rambunctious playing. What else? We definitely wrapped up our beer, booze, and bonks stuff. We got our kind of debriefing meeting out of the way, and started talking about next year a little bit and what that's going to look like and what changes we're going to make. Thanks to everybody who gave us feedback about what they liked and what they didn't like about this year's festival. Marco says he had the slow pour pills from High Grain while he was there. Yes, I saw your picture on wherever that was about that. I love Love, love, love a good slow pour Pilsner. Julia says, do you know how much the Pink Ribbon Girls made during the fest? I don't. I don't know if we ever really... I don't think we totaled it up for them that night. I don't know. We also never announced the... Margot says that was Truth for Your Consequences picture. Gotcha. We never announced the winner of the favorite brewery from the event. I should probably shoot Merrill a message and see how he wants to do that. But Cartridge won. It's no surprise. I realized the flaw in the entire system with Cartridge having 4 beers on tap versus everybody else's 1 or 2. We did it by brewery, and so they had 4 chances to everybody else's 1 or 2 to win. So it was flawed. It was one of those ideas that we had that we definitely needed to tweak to make it work the way it probably should. There were like 11, I think, votes for random mystery beer machine beers. There were, I think, like 2 blank ones that people just thrown in there. There was a couple with just random people's names written on them. We originally wanted it to be you're voting for your favorite beer, which would have worked just fine. But so a lot of people just, all they did was write the name of their favorite brewery. And some of those breweries had 2 beers, so we didn't know which one they were actually voting for. So we just then switched it and did favorite brewery. So Cartridge won. They don't really win anything. They will next year. Whoever wins next year will win something. I don't know what. We also want to, or I want to keep growing kind of the mystery beer machine idea. We had golden cans inside the machine, and if you got the golden can, you got like this cool little gnarly gnome prize pack. Julia says maybe next year there could be no bonk alarm during the fest. Scared the crap out of me each time it went off. Almost spilled my beer. Yes, but I kind of like that. It's very loud. And so next year, in addition to the golden cans, I think we're going to have like a different golden can. So one golden can might be the gnarly gnome prize pack. One might be, a Mad Tree prize pack. So you get the Mad Tree golden can, you get, T-shirt from Mad Tree and some stuff like that from, a few different breweries with a little prize packs like that. We talked at one time about taking they have like a claw machine there. They have a bunch of different video games. So one of them is a claw machine. We talked about setting that to free play and just filling it up with like koozies and little, I don't know how you would put a sticker in there, but, like a sticker thing, like it's just a bunch of beer swag inside of the claw machine so you can play the claw machine. There's lots of stuff like that we have toyed around with. We toyed around with this year and just couldn't quite get it done in time, but a bunch of stuff that we're working on. Also, a better VIP section. So if you get a VIP ticket, a special section that is roped off or closed off from the rest of the festival. So you have your exclusive kind of spot that you can go hang out and sit. And then maybe even some exclusive beers over there. Seating will definitely be changed. There will probably be very little, if any, seating outside in the main festival area. All of it will be in the VIP area. We'll clear that whole middle section out there and bring more beer into that. And Julia says, ooh, and a golden flask and the claw machine full of Utopias. I don't know the legality of that, but we'll see. I'm not saying no. I will never say no to it, but lots of fun stuff that we're working on. Definitely more beer in smaller kegs. I'll put it that way. So some more smaller kegs, so that we can get more of a variety of different things. I really want to keep this thing growing until we have a booth for every single local brewery. That's my goal. Julia says Beer, Booze, and Bunks was fantastic. Full stop. It was. I had an absolute blast with it. I think I'm very happy with how it turned out. I'm glad to now have a break from it because it really did consume my life for months. every single free moment. Julia says like a 16-ounce sample glass. Probably not a 16-ounce, but we maybe like VIP get a bigger glass kind of thing, something like that. Marco said I needed to drink a full beer after I had little baby-sized beers. There is something to that. I love a beer festival and I love drinking small samples of stuff, but sometimes you do just need a full beer after all of that. And I wish we had gotten that Carmen's Carrot Cake tapped for the after party, because that was really the beer that I wanted to just sit and drink after all of those big beers. Some kind of sweet, delicious dessert beer. Something about that beer is just really refreshing to me. I don't know. Not as refreshing as Legendary Lager, though. So this week is going to be another busy week. Like I said, 2 shows, hopefully, if everything works out as planned. 2 shows during the week, and then Dark Charge Day on Saturday. I have the week after, so the next weekend, I can't actually talk about it yet, which seems crazy since it is, in my opinion, really close. Like under 2 weeks away, and we can't really talk about the event yet. But as of right now, keep the morning of December 11th free if you are able to do that. I need to send an email and get all that straightened out right now. This is the problem working with so many different people on something, is that it gets really confusing of why things are working the way they are. It's complicated. Marco says, you can't keep it free for me? You'll want to. It's gonna be fun. Marco's washing his hair. It's a fun project. Another project that I've been working on for a couple months. Not as time intensive as the festival, but well, I mean, you guys can probably put the pieces together if you've been paying attention on social media. The places that I've been lately working on stuff. Yeah, we're doing a thing. That's all I can say. I'll get in trouble. Oh Lord, are we really already 45 minutes into this show? I feel like I didn't talk about anything. It's gonna be busy. It's gonna be a busy week, busy month. I would like to say that once we get into January, things will slow back down and get back to normal, but it's going to kick into a whole different gear again, but in a good way. I will be able to do things on a very different time frame. So hopefully from your end of the way things look, it'll seem like I'm getting more done. Julia says, good thing this isn't a show and it's just conversation. I do. It is, but I still try to keep it to a reasonable amount of time. More so for the YouTube algorithm. YouTube doesn't like it when you have like these long form videos mixed in with short stuff. It gets really confused about who you are and what you're doing. It's very complicated. I should probably have the Weekly Pint just popping up in its own channel instead of being part of the Gnome channel. But, one thing at a time, guys. Julia says, I literally have a haircut that morning. It will be a morning event, I can tell you that. I shouldn't. I guess I can't tell you that because it's not set in stone yet. But there is a thing. It should be in the morning, in theory. I don't know. I'll send emails tomorrow to see what's going on with it so we can start figuring all this out. Oh, Lord. Even if you can't make this event, there are going to still be ways for you to enjoy the fruits of our labor. Beer, booze, and breakfast. Sort of. All right, we'll wrap this up. I'm going to go make sure that my family is not fighting each other upstairs, and then I'm going to go sit in bed and drink a whole bunch of beer and wake up tomorrow morning and do it all over again. Thank you guys for your support with everything that we do, with everything that I do. I promise we'll have some brewcasts coming your way this week, hopefully 2 of them. So make sure you're subscribed to the podcast wherever you subscribe to podcasts, or at cincybrewcast.com. Just go there every day because when a new episode pops up, it pops up right there, and you can listen right there on the website. If you do like what I do, go to thegnarlygnome.com/support or thegnarlygnome.com/shop, because that's probably still a little ways off before the new store goes live. But there's going to be some good stuff on there. I have at least one new product that I think should be in the mail right now, on its way to me to approve the final design, and then a couple more that are close behind that, and then I have, I think, 4 products that are they're in the works, but not anywhere close to being done. But when I figure out the logistics of making them happen, those of you who do support on Patreon will get the first shot at seeing it. So Marco says boxer briefs. Oh, come on! You know that if I'm going to make underwear, it's going to be a thong. Stay tuned. There's good stuff coming. Good stuff, and then a couple really, really fun things that if I can, once the new year kicks in and the schedule changes to something a little more normal, if I can really put some time into it, it's gonna be cool. Supporter for Twitch says you should box. I guess that's something with Marco's boxer briefs comment. I don't know. I don't box. I should not box. I'm a drinker, not a fighter. You're strong. I am strong. I'm the strongest. I love Twitch, you guys. All right. Thank you, guys. We will be back same time next week, 9 p.m. ish. Thanks for hanging out with me, and please keep supporting the website and everything, because it really does help. Cheers, everybody. Have a good night, and may all your beers be cold and fizzy. How much Mole Dark Charge can I drink in a night before the heartburn keeps me up all night? That's the big question.